So, what if an AI could actually predict the outcome of the Africa Cup of Nations? Well, today we're cracking open a system that claims it can. We're going to decode its final verdict on the most decisive matches of the group stage.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? Can it? We're about to look at an AI system that's crunched all the numbers for the final do-or-die matches in Groups C and D. So, what did it find?
You know what? Let's forget the suspense. We're not going to build up to it. We're going straight to the top, to the single most confident prediction this AI has made for the entire match day.
And there you have it. The AI's ultra banker pick is a win for Tunisia. Now, I know what you're thinking. What on earth is an ultra banker, and how did the AI even get here? Well, to understand that, first, we need to learn how to speak its language. See, this AI doesn't just spit out picks. It uses its own unique and kinda cool language to make sense of all the chaos in a football match. Let's break down the 3 key terms that really unlock its entire logic.
First up is metabolic necessity. And I love this term. It's just a fantastic way to describe raw motivation. It's that moment when a team absolutely, positively has to get a result to stay in the tournament. They're in full-on survival mode, and you better believe the AI weights this factor very, very heavily.
Next, we've got the rotation index. This basically measures the chance that a team that's already qualified is going to rest its star players. And as you can imagine, a team fielding its B squad is a completely different animal. This index is absolutely crucial for sniffing out those potential upsets.
And finally, structural integrity. This is just the AI's fancy term for a team's defensive organization. Think about it. A team with high structural integrity is like a fortress. They just don't concede goals easily, and they are incredibly difficult to break down.
Okay, got those terms locked in? Good. Let's put the AI's logic to the test, and we'll start with the high-stakes drama happening over in Group C.
First matchup, we've got Tanzania versus Tunisia. So on one side, you have Tunisia absolutely desperate to lock in that second-place spot, and on the other, you've got Tanzania, a team that has really struggled to find the back of the net this entire tournament.
And here, you can see exactly why Tunisia is the AI's #1 pick. Look at that confidence level, a super high 0.86. And the key factor? That metabolic necessity we just talked about. The AI is basically betting that Tunisia's sheer need to win is going to be the thing that pushes them over the line.
All right, now for the other match in the group, Uganda versus Nigeria. And this is your classic end-of-group stage puzzle. You've got Uganda fighting for their lives, hoping for a third-place qualification spot, while Nigeria, they're sitting pretty at the top with 6 points, already booked their ticket to the next round.
And this is where it gets really interesting. The AI is predicting that Nigeria is going to rest a massive 60% of its core players. They want to keep them fresh for the knockouts. We're not just talking 1 or 2 guys on the bench. That is a huge shift in the team's strength.
So because of that massive predicted rotation, the AI just flips the script. It's giving Uganda an 81% chance of getting at least a draw, basically betting that their motivation will be more than enough to overcome Nigeria's backup squad. Okay, let's switch gears and move over to Group D and see how this all builds. The themes here are a bit different. It's less about desperation and more about elite defenses and managing your energy.
First up is Benin versus Senegal. And this one is a fascinating tactical battle because both teams are already through. But the key stat, the one you've got to watch, is Benin's defense. So far, it's been a perfect fortress. They have not conceded a single goal.
And this leads the AI to predict a low-scoring game, under 2.5 goals, with really high confidence. The logic here is a combination of Benin's elite structural integrity and a new factor the AI calls metabolic cooling, which basically means, hey, both teams have already qualified, so there's way less incentive to go all out and risk injury for a win.
The final match is a classic do or die. Simple as that. DR Congo needs all 3 points to survive. And their opponent? It's Botswana, a team the AI flags for having deep defensive issues, what it calls chronic structural decay. I mean, that just sounds painful.
So yeah, no surprise here. The AI is confidently predicting a win for DR Congo. It's really the perfect storm of factors, right? You've got DR Congo in full-on metabolic survival mode, while Botswana has been completely toothless, failing to score a single goal this whole tournament.
Okay, so we've seen all the individual predictions, but here's the really cool part. The AI doesn't just stop there. It then takes all this data and synthesizes it into a final strategic ranking of its own forecasts.
And here it is, the final output. The AI actually ranks its own predictions and gives each one a specific role.
You can see our ultra banker right there at the top, followed by a couple of value plays. And then down at the bottom, there's this really fascinating one called a tactical shield. We'll get to that in just a second.
This ladder just lays out the AI's confidence perfectly. The Tunisia win is the solid anchor, the foundation. The next two are what it considers strong value plays. And then at the bottom, you've got the tactical shield. The AI sees this as the riskiest bet of the bunch, but it's one that could offer some protection or maybe a surprising bonus if the safer bets don't pan out.
It's a pretty fascinating way to look at the game, isn't it? Translating things we feel, like motivation and fatigue, and things we see, like a great defense, into cold, hard data points. It kind of strips away all the passion and just leaves behind a calculated strategy. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Is this methodical, data-driven approach the future of how we analyze and even understand sports? I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out on the pitch.